Hey everybody, this is Stephen Baxley with Airworx Unmanned Solutions. Today I want to introduce you to your new Airworx Go-Command kit. I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to make connectivity from your controller wirelessly or via HDMI cable or via an iPad or an iPhone or whatever device you may be wanting to use with your new Airworx Go-Command kit. Let's get started. First off, I want to show you what our 3 command cases look like. So we've got our TAC Lite case, which is our small guy with a 15-inch display. It's more of a briefcase style size. We've got our TAC Pack, which is a little bit larger. It has wheels, has a handle. You can put more content in the custom foam sets. And remember, keep in mind, these are agnostic. These can work across multiple different aircraft options, robots, underwater rovers. We just customize only the foam inside. Again, the TAC Pack. And then we've got our original, or our what we call our Go-Command OG. This particular unit has the one that we're displaying here is actually an upgraded OG case. This has a 24-inch ultra bright screen inside of it, so you can tell even looking at these here, this is really super bright. This is 1600 candela or 1600 nit direct sunlight viewable, whereas these other 2 units are not direct sunlight viewable. These are 300 average 300 candela or nit, would be used in a shaded area inside of the back of an SUV or a pickup or something like that. So keep that in mind. Also, when you buy the standard version of the OG without the upgrade, you're going to get a standard 24-inch monitor with a similar vision as what you'll see here. You'd have to pay extra to get the sunlight viewable ultra bright screen, which is new in January of 2022. Alright, first up we want to show you our TAC Lite and the TAC Pack and how they work. So both of these systems have the 15-inch display, as you can see. It does have our Airworx Go-Command screen mirroring or screen casting module integrated in to the monitor and system. But what you'll notice on both of these units, you've got an HDMI input here on the front. If you would like to tether in to a controller, for example, on the back of the or the top of the smart controller, you can tether an HDMI cable here and then tether it to this component in the front, and then simply hit the switch, and that switches you to this input. Otherwise, when you're in the top input, when the light's at the top, or in port 1, this will be your screencaster, which will be up and it's ready to go. You also see there's a QR code, so you can take out your iPhone or your Android phone, scan this in picture mode. It will give you the link to the website that'll host this video, and it walks you through how to set up and how to do the same thing and to show you this video that we're watching today. So real quickly, we want to show you how to connect a DJI smart controller to any of these cases. Simply go into tablet mode. So you're going to slide down and get this tablet mode set up. Hit your settings. We're going to scroll up to where it says display. Once you're in display, you'll see an option for cast. This is the same on the Autel smart controller. Once you're in cast, you'll see a lot of different options here. If you don't see any options, there's a 3-dot menu. You'll press this and enable wireless display. Once you do that, you'll see all these options. This particular unit is Airworx. The last 3 is CBC. So we're going to look for this one, CBC. It's connecting. You'll see it connect up here at the top. And then momentarily you'll see the screen will pop up on the Go-Command display. Alright, we're there now. Hit the back button a couple times. Once we're there, you'll see that there is we're in this, and you have no latency. So the DJI smart controller, iOS, as long as you're 10 to 15 feet away, typically you'll have no latency issues. You will run across some latency issues if you're in an area where you have a lot of Wi-Fi signal interference, things like that. I will say that as of the recording of this video, just to go ahead and get this out there, the Autel smart controller, especially the version 2, is very problematic with sending a consistent signal that does not have latency or issues. This is a known issue. It's a hardware issue in the smart controller. We don't know if it's hardware or firmware actually. We're assuming it's a hardware issue. We will recommend that you can use the wireless casting. It's not going to work that great. It's going to have a lot of breaking up and a lot of interference. We would recommend using the HDMI cable. It's unfortunate, but we're limited by what the manufacturer put into that unit. But again, you can take the same one with a smart controller from DJI or an iOS device and it works flawlessly. So anyway, we're casting there, 10 to 15 feet away, you're good. All right, I do want to show you how the battery works on this unit. All right, so here we have the battery. The battery, this is a 50,000 milliamp portable battery. So this battery is going to power your unit it will power one of these cases, this monitor alone, if it's fully charged, for about 26 hours. That's what we've been able to test. You have multiple outputs for USB-A type. You will simply plug in these two components. One of these is the power to the monitor and one is the power to the screencasting module. Both of these USB-A type connectors need to be plugged in to one of these connections here. Once you plug those in, this battery pack will detect a power draw and it will automatically power on. Therefore, we do recommend that you leave these unplugged until you get to a mission. That way you do not drain this battery. You can power this on and off once they're plugged in, but any pressing of this button, the power button will power it on, and you can run risk of running this battery dead and it being powered on in the case and it not having energy when you get to a scene or a mission. All right, now I want to show you how to connect to an iPad or an iPhone. Any iOS device will work this way. So what we're going to do is look for the SSID in your Wi-Fi signal. So go into Wi-Fi, look for your Wi-Fi options, and we see the 4D8, which is this one. Tap this, and then it's going to ask, unless you've used it before, which we have here, it'll ask you for the password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's listed on the screen. So we've chosen this unit. It's connected. It's showing it's connected here. Now we're going to go back out. We're going to drag down from the right side. Works the same way on the top right side of a iPhone or on the iPad. We're going to go to screen mirroring. Tap screen mirroring. We now see Airworx option come up. And then you'll see it connect right here just momentarily. So now we've got screencasting. This works really good because I like this if you are on scene and you want to do a quick pop-up command center and do something like show folks what an area looks like with a map, for example. I don't have anything pulled up here on the map. But anyway, you can see very little latency between the two here. Again, if you're using this in a DJI app, you can simply pull up any app and run that app and it's going to screencast up here. And this works the same way across all of our cases. All right, and last but certainly not least, we've got our original Airworx Go-Command OG case. So the features of the OG case is a larger case, again with a handle and wheels, much more robust. This has 2 layers of foam inside, depending on which system you go with or which way we customize it for you. But what you get in this, you always get a 24-inch monitor. Our standard case, the way it comes, has a standard inside style monitor. So that monitor is going to be something you have to have in the shade or has to be indoors in the back of an SUV or something like that for you to be able to view it. It's not going to be viewable in direct sunlight. This one that we're showing you here is a ultra bright monitor, 1600 candela, made for direct sunlight. So again, high noon, direct sunlight on this, it's going to be beautiful. It's not going to look any different than it does right now inside on this video. So this is an upgrade. This is also a very robust monitor, all metal housing, construction, very tough. The screen and display is a lot tougher, a lot thicker, so this will withstand a lot more ruggedness and rough wear. So, but our other monitors hold up really well too, but they're not designed for being rugged. We do case them well, so typically they hold up well, but again, this one is what it's designed for. Each of the monitors that you'll get besides this one will have a couple of different nuances. So what you'll notice is this one has buttons on the front, which we ordered that way, so that way we can control the display here. If you get one of the monitors and you have no visible power buttons and control buttons, they will either be up under the bottom here along this bottom edge, or they're going to be on the right side around behind the monitor. And in that particular case, you'll have about a 1-inch gap on the side that you can reach around with your fingers, and you'll feel the buttons right in the center of the display. Typically that's where the buttons are all placed, and you'll be able to do that. So if you have problems finding them, you can let us know and we can help you. We do use several different model monitors depending on what we have available from global shipping issues that we're having this year, so the past 2 years really, but we have several tested. Now on to the way this works. So as far as your connectivity, it works the same as we've already shown you with the smart controllers, iOS, all that. The Autel smart controller connects the exact same way as the DJI smart controller. We won't walk through that again. You simply got to drag down and get into your settings for your tablet, go into display, cast, hit cast, and again you can cast the display right up here. Just a note and a reminder, this smart controller, the Autel smart controller, It is a known issue. We have tested it over a dozen times in a dozen different scenarios, a dozen different controllers and cases. There is a hardware or a firmware component issue inside the Autel Smart Controller that has a significant display issue with our screencasters. Not just our screencaster, even Mirror Screen and other models that are out there. So you will have some delay and some latency in that. We recommend an HDMI tethered connection, that way you get a consistent view. It's unfortunate, but we are limited by the manufacturer and the equipment itself from Autel, not these components. So we have confirmed, even if you have any questions, you'll be able to connect. If you have a DJI controller or an iOS device, you can connect it up to your same system and you'll see that it's flawless versus this one is a little problematic. So anyway, that's as of the taping of this video. Hopefully maybe it's a firmware issue and we can get that resolved some other way with Autel. Quickly on this battery pack and how this battery pack works. This is a 60,000 milliamp 300 watt battery pack. On one side you'll see it's got a display. This display shows you AC power or AC output and DC output, and also your battery indicator. This, you have to of course keep this charged up. This will run the high bright monitor for 4 to 6 hours. It'll run a standard monitor for 8 to 10 hours. And you will have to have this DC power plugged in or turned on. And you have to have the AC power switch turned on in order to use both sides of this power bank. If you do not have both of these on, you will see that they're not on and the display goes off. This is the way you're going to store it. But again, when you get this and you pull this out, you need to press both sides, turn both sides on in order to connect up your power, AC power, and your screen casting module from the other side. All right, that gives us just a quick rundown of all three of our cases and how to operate those. If you've got any questions, as always, reach out to us. We'll be glad to help you and support you in any way we can. Thank you for choosing Airworx and the Airworx Go-Command case.